welcome back to another Welsh adventure. This time we're on the north coast of Wales at Conwy, looking at Conwy Castle. I'm Tom.
I'm Lucy.
And this is the view we're greeted with. So peaceful. Conwy Castle is a medieval fortification in Conwy on the north coast of Wales. It was built by Edward I during his conquest of Wales between 1283 and 1289, constructed as a part of a wider project to create the war town of Conwy. The combined defences cost around £15,000, which was a huge sum for that period. Over the next few centuries, the castle played an important part in several wars. And we had a little drive in, and we managed to actually drive through the middle of the castle. It's got a beautiful suspension bridge, which you can just about work out behind this first bridge here, which is actually a train line, which modern trains still go through to this day. So we're going to waddle our way to the other side of the castle, get paid up and get in there and show you what Conwy Castle has to offer. See you in there. So we've come through the entrance, gave them our hard-working shillings, and away we go into Conwy Castle. Going into the main courtyard now. Northwest Tower and the stairs to the wall walk. Oh. The tower we just come up was the Northwest Tower. Still a little bit more to get to the top, but over here it overlooks the courtyard. It's the entrance we came in. And the walls you can see all around the outside were actually defence walls for the village that was actually inside. Kitchen tower. Remains of the the old spiral staircase. Still lay here. Remains of what looked like an old fireplace. The walkways are very slim.
Single file.
Single file. The Stockhouse Tower. Ooh. It descends into darkness. Only the light from the existing holes. Ooh, it's a long way down. The chapel tower from the outside.
Did that.
There's a big fireplace. Overlook of the suspension bridge. We'll get down there at some point, have a little wander across. Upstairs. It's the roof of the building we were just in, the room we were just in. Good. We've got more stairs. All round 360 view from the top of this tower. Now we're heading down the stairs and over to there.
Me on these small steps.
So we're going to go back outside to that other bit I just pointed out, but there is another staircase going a bit further down and a little doorway that I spotted. I mean, there is little nooks and crannies everywhere in this place. This is light. It's a place of worship, this is. You can just about see through there, which I think we can get down to, yeah, at some point, to film the stained glass windows because they look nice. Anything in there?
Just a little window.
Little hole. Another drop chute down there, look. A little window overlooking the harbour. That little room that was overlooking the harbour was actually the toilet.
So he washed from here, and that was his toilet.
Oh right, okay. Back down some more steps.
More steps. More steps.
Into
Oh gosh, there's more.
this little room here. Oh. With a nice overlook of another part. Easily get lost in this place, can you?
Yeah, we should go back this way. There's a nice bench, so some carving.
That's 2 ways to the chapel.
Ew.
This is the chapel. That's where the priest would look from, where the toilet was as well.
Oh, here we go, some facts.
Go on then, hit me with
The
that.
windows over here are made up of fragments inspired by Welsh history, people and objects displayed across the map of North Wales. So the one on the left, an Englishman's severed head is in there, taken from a coat of arms featured in 16th century plasterwork decoration at Plasmore in the centre of Conwy. The arms originally belonged to a Welshman of Snowdon and chief councillor. And then also in there, the Earl of Shrewsbury arriving at Conwy by ship. The middle window, the cross of Meath, which is near the top. Can you see it under the red dot? Eleanor of Castle and the Hollyhock. She's in a blue dress near the bottom by the flowers. And Richard II at Conwy Castle, and that's at the bottom.
Yep.
The right window, there's some jackdaws flying at the top.
Yep.
You see those? Vale Royal Chalice, which is like the cup.
A third of the way up, yeah.
Yeah. Gold taken from Alfonso Plastier, which is like at the top of the castle.
Yep.
And there's also a bicycle, a tent, and someone building a wall.
Oh yeah. Send it Sunday. Back out the chapel tower onto the next one, where I pointed earlier at this door. And we go up. Nice overview of a Conwy back. Do not drop your phone. Another one. Scared. Back inside this tower to the top. It's the tower we were on, with the people at the top there. It was just down there where we started the video, looking up at this side. More stairs. Another don't drop your phone moment.
We stepped on it.
Another tower. Should we get to the top?
Yeah.
This is what it looks like when you're at the top of that tower that I just pointed at. And after viewing that tower, what goes up must come down. Meet you back on the wall. You've gone down too far. Okay. So we're just in this tower. We started by coming out of that one there. We've been up there. We've been up there. We've been up that one there. We've been up that one there. And now we've got 2 more to go. Which are those 2? And then we'll be heading to the midsection. Not quite sure what this was, but maybe the P Tower. You can grab that one. Another long drop. Ooh. Head up to the top there and do another 360.
You can't get to the top without taking another spiral staircase. That way.
It's a better view of the train bridge coming right through. What we've got to do now, Luce?
Go back down again, but not too far this time.
Car bridge. Car park's just over there. You're wondering? Ooh, this one's got a sword and shield Christmas tree.
So I want to be very good. Defending the castle.
The sword. And the helmet with the crown on. Southwest Tower. Guess what?
Another one.
Another one. So when the English sort of came to invade, it was quite easy for the Welsh to figure out where the English would be coming from, because they all came from one place, which was directed from this little spy hole here, which you might not be able to see properly, but if I do that and that, yeah, that's right, the church. Out of the Southwest Tower, let's come down another spiral staircase and heading back into the one that we started in, but we're going to go to the top because we didn't get to do that. The entrance. We're going that way there?
Yeah.
Okay, here's that Christmas tree again. Llewellyn's coronet. Sticking to the mid-level.
Yeah.
Going through the main court. Now we're going to wander off to the right and go into the Great Hall.
Wonder if they've got dinner.
And they've got a replica here that they've made of the window frame, so you would have seen like the shape it would have been. And that's what they look like now, that's all that remains of them. And all these squares dotted would have been where the timber framing for the flooring would have been. And then even up this end, you've got the old fireplace, and that all down there is the cellar. But we'll get down there in a minute, see if we can find any beer. I mean, it is New Year's Eve after all. But first, yeah, first we're going in the prison tower. So here's my chance to get a bit of a break from Lucy.
Drop you down the 12-foot drop.
So as you come through the door, walk down here. When Lucy was saying about the 12-foot drop, yeah, that's a 12-foot drop into the prison. And there's no door down there, so once you're down there, you're stuck down there. You would not climb these walls up and out. You'd have to be a pigeon to make it out of here. Back to the main courtyard. So there was the bottom entrance to the kitchen tower that we went in. This would have been the stable. Well, what do we have here? How deep's that, Luce? 91 feet. And now we're going to be heading to where to the other half of the castle, where the gatehouse ahead has an obligatory drawbridge, portcullis and battlements to protect the exclusive suite of luxurious apartments. I have a feeling they might be a little bit run down these days though. So these in here was the royal apartments, and in over 700 years only 3 monarchs stayed in the royal apartment: Edward I, Edward II and Richard II, costing £420 from the public purse. That's over £1 million today. This investment might seem extravagant. Oh, very fancy. Back into the lower section of the chapel tower. I say back into, the first time we've been here. And there was a replica of what it would have been like when King Edward I was in power. Beautiful. And what made the defence so good here is that it was built on rock, so you couldn't tunnel under it, and it had high walls, so you couldn't climb over it. And there was 2 ways in. It could easily be pointed off. Plenty of viewpoints covering pretty much every corner of the castle, at least 3 times. Great for defences. So we come back to the main courtyard, looking very picturesque with the grey clouds with the sun breaking through. We're going to head down here into into the cellar.
Inside Conwy Castle sits King Edward I. Troublesome in-laws are the least of his problems. He's trapped, isolated, surrounded by his enemies. Outside in the Conwy Valley is Madog ap Llywelyn and his fighters. Madog is a descendant of the Princes of Gwynedd and is leading a Wales-wide rebellion against the English. The Welsh have surrounded Conwy town and floods have cut Edward off from his army. And to make matters worse, the king and his company are down to the last barrel of wine. Medieval writer Walter of Gisborough describes the sorry scene.
They were saving this wine for the king, but he refused it, saying, "In hardship, everything must be held in common. All of us must have exactly the same. As God on high watches over us, I am the start and the cause of all this, and I should do no better than you." Immediately afterwards, Almighty God came to their aid. The floods abated. The whole army crossed to the king, and all of them now put the Welsh to flight.
Edward stayed on at Conwy until February 1295 and was joined in his North Wales stronghold by the newly appointed Archbishop of Canterbury, who struggled all the way across the country through the worst of the Welsh winter weather to seek Edward's approval of his newly ordained status. Let's hope Edward had been able to replenish his wine cellars.
Back up past the King's Hall area, we're now going through Eagate Passage, which I'm guessing is the East Gate.
So now we're out of the castle and we're following the fortress walls around the town because we've seen people up there, so we're hoping we can get up there and have a walk as well. Oh, you can't park there. So we found the way in. Castle wall walk.
Enter the wall.
Oh, you only just fitted.
You've got the wall with a nice backdrop of the castle over there. This would have surrounded the whole village. You've got the church there that we saw earlier, where the English resided inside this village. Probably about 25 foot off ground level. That side anyway. This side you're looking more like 30. Oh, and it is a gorgeous view of all the hills in the distance, even with the rain in our face. do come along this wall, just be careful because some of this wood can get a bit slippy when it's wet, which is Wales, it's always wet. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And what's a castle without a knight? At least we got one in the movie. So the east wing is over there, and this is another one of the defence walls. But we're going to go through there, and we're going to get to the other side of the suspension bridge. We've even got the old prices from crossing over, with every person passing on foot was £1, going right up to, for every engine, carriage or other vehicle propelled or moved by steam or machinery or otherwise by animal powered, for each wheel thereof 16, or well, 1 shilling 6 dime. So in 1826, Thomas Telford made this suspension bridge, and it carried the coastal road for over 130 years. And this bridge, the train track bridge, is the first ever tubular bridge in the world. This new tech wrought the iron bridge development by Robert Stevenson, was built by a stonemason William Evans, is the only one. Stevenson's tubular bridge remains today. In 1848 this was built. As traffic increased, Telford's bridge could not cope, so as a modern steel road bridge faced with stone to blend in with its ancient castle was built. We'd take you here quick to the Old English Church of St Mary's. Bonus points if you can guess what time I'm filming this. Gorgeous stained glass windows. Where's the castle set in the backdrop just behind where I'm filming now. Can't quite see from the wrong side, but just see the castle poking between those houses just there. Train track going under an arch, part of the defence wall as well. Beautiful. So when you get to here, you're going to make a break through this little ivy covered archway. This will take you down to the beginning of a bit more of the wall walk. More stairs. So down here, it's now just a picturesque house, but there would have been a store hall that they called Llewellyn's Hall, and after it has moved to Carnarvon Castle and used as a storehouse there. But who knows why it was knocked down? We don't know. But we're going to carry on along the walkway, speed things up. Optional way down if you desire. Now we've reached the second, well, we've reached the highest point of the wall.
We've sadly come to the end.
I'm naughty.
Naughty boy.
This is the last bit there, and it's not really been made for public access. It does back right onto the back of people's houses as well, so for privacy I think they've left this bit out. But we're going to head back down these steps. And that was Conwy Castle and the town wall. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It was good fun, and it was a lot bigger than we expected. Worth a visit, definitely worth a visit if you're around this area, or even if you're not coming on holiday to North Wales. It's definitely one to pick out. But we're going to end the video here. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. We're not going to flash the camera just yet, because I'm just going to end it on this. Because in Conwy is the smallest house in Great Britain. And that's it there. Go on, Luce, stand next to it. That is tiny. And that's closed till spring 2024, but that's it. And that's the last bit of the wall. Say bye, Luce.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, 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 bye.